Welcome back to Rodu. I'm Rob Dulabon, and today we're kicking off a special 3-part series of Yoga for Ultimate Athletes. We're joined by Kate from Yoga Factory here in Pittsburgh, and she's going to run through a series of movements that target our neck and shoulders. Check it out.
Hi everybody, my name is Kate. I'm a certified yoga instructor, and we're going to be using a sequence for neck and shoulders, really the whole spine, for injuries, for helping your game. So we're going to start with pranayama breathing. This is the standing deep breathing, good for moving the shoulders and the neck and certainly strengthen the lower body muscles. So guys, I'm going to have you start with feet together. So big toes touch, heels touch, and you start with a strong foundation. You even squeeze inner thighs together, squeeze glutes, and you start with stomach pulled in. You'll interlock the fingers under your chin, and you actually try to keep the ring fingers under your chin the entire time. So you'll inhale, and you lift the elbows out to the side. So eventually the forearms will frame the face. And it's okay if the elbows only go here, if they go all the way up. This is just a good start to open up the shoulders. On the exhale, you'll open your mouth and drop your head back. So you'll bend through the neck spine, and you'll bring the elbows forward away from your chest. So I'm going to have the guys hold it here. So elbows are going to be in line with your shoulders, and you're bending through the neck. And it's okay if you're only like here, the elbows are a little bit more down. It's okay if the elbows don't touch yet. It's going to start to wrap the shoulder blades around the body, getting that range of motion. And then you'll reverse the motion. You'll separate the elbows and bring the chin down at the same time. Inhaling the entire 6 counts, so the rib cage will actually expand, keeping lower body tight. Exhale, head back, and you keep the spine straight. So as you see on him, spine is straight, but you're only bending through neck spine, bringing the elbows together. And you'll do it again. Inhale. In by the nose, use your eyes, look forward, and you stretch up, lift up, elbows up. Exhale, and you'll look back. The eyes will really start to move the spine faster than anything else. As you look back, only bend through the neck spine, elbows forward. Inhale, take it again. We're going to do I would recommend probably 2 sets of 10 more if you want. It's good range of motion for the neck and shoulders. Keep going, guys. Just head back, elbows forward, and you keep stomach pulled in, lower body squeezing the entire time, weight back to the heels. Okay? So you can relax. Next, we're going to move on to half moon pose, which is really total spine, but it's really good for the neck and shoulders as well. So we start with the same lower body. It's squeezing lower body, heels down, squeeze inner thigh, stomach in. You stretch the arms away from yourself, so fingertips down, and bring the arms over your head sideways. And bring your hands together, interlace the fingers, release index fingers, and cross your thumbs. It's one of the strongest stitches you have. With this grip, I want you to focus on squeezing hands, palms together, so the heels of your palms. And it's okay if you have to bend your elbows to bring the hands together, because with the continuous squeezing, you're going to eventually be able to straighten the arms all the way up. So pull stomach in, chin up, take an inhale, stretch up, and you slowly bend to the right. I recommend holding this posture probably about 30 seconds to a minute. As you bend to the side, don't collapse forward. So tendency is kind of sink into it to get deeper into it because it looks cooler. Don't do it. You keep chin up, stomach in, lower body squeezing. So from the side, it's a straight line. As you push your hips to the left, you stretch the fingers away, keep squeezing the hands, palms together so arms pressed against the ears, and you keep breathing. That's really key in this posture. So come back up. You'll do the same thing on the left side. Stretch up, and you bend to the left. And it's okay if the right and left are different. That's actually really normal. Keep the hips pressing to the right, fingertips stretching left, and you keep squeezing hands, palms as tight as you can, all the way up to the wrist, even more. Suck stomach in, weight back to the heels. Good. So come back up. Next is going to be the actual half moon, which is the back bend. So you'll drop the head back, just like pranayama, head goes back, and you'll straighten the arms actually, and keep the hand palms squeezing like the right and left. You'll take a deep breath, stretch up, and you start to bring the arms back. Yep. You start looking back, but you keep breathing. You keep the weight back into your heels. You relax your toes. At the same time, push the hips forward, squeeze the inner thighs. And take an inhale, lift the chest up, and squeeze hands, palms tighter. Push the hands away from your head, and it's okay if you only go a little bit like this. You'll feel stretching on the front side of your body, compression of your spine. And this is really good if you're starting to realign the whole spine, shoulder area. So come back up. Good? You guys felt that. Take a deep breath, stretch up, guys, and you'll bend forward at the hips. You'll stretch forward all the way down, keep a flat back and the weight in your toes. And then from there, if you need to bend your knees to come down, always okay. Could be tight hamstrings there, could be a lot going on in the lower spine, and it's really normal. So this is called hands to feet pose, Padahastasana. You'll bend your knees and grab your heels from behind. And it's okay if you can't grab your heels like this today. You can grab the outsides of your feet, you can grab the outside of the toes, maybe even the fronts of your toes if you're really not down there. But stepping on the fingers is going to be really sending good signals from the tips of the fingers all the way from the arm through the shoulder, base, neck, into the brain. You're going to start to send signals there to release it. So, you step on your fingers and now you glue the upper body to the lower body. So stomach touches thighs, chest touches knees, face touches legs below the knees. Let the head hang heavy. And if you need to bend your knees a lot to get this connection, that's great, because you'll reduce the strain on the lower spine and you can safely stretch the entire backside of the body. So roll weight forward into the toes, press toes down, at the same time push hips up. Keep upper body touching lower body, and you'll start to push knees back. Eventually you'll contract thighs. This posture creating entire backside body stretching from neck all the way to the hips, hips to the toes. Really good stretching right there. And eventually you lengthen the spine down to touch your feet. Eventually. So, come back up. So bring the arms to your ears and you stretch back up. Good alignment for the spine. Bring your arms down. Good job, guys. Next is standing boat pulling pose. It's combination posture. It's a spine twist, it's a back bend, and it's a leg strengthening posture. So you're hitting a lot of things at once. So you'll start with reaching your left arm up, palm facing forward, chin and shoulder touch. Turn the right thumb out, so like you're hitchhiking. Reach behind you and you'll pick up the foot inside of the ankle. With this alignment, you're going to start to open up the shoulders so you can stretch it apart. Knees together, even getting across the hips. Keep the chin up. Take an inhale, stretch up, and you swipe the arm along your face, so chin and shoulder touch as you come down into it. So as you push your left shoulder forward, you'll push right shoulder back. So eventually, two shoulders are one line front to back. Keep pressing big toe down. You'll bring body down all the way as far as you can till eventually your hip is in line with your knee. Your hip is in line with your shoulder. But keep your standing leg straight and your eyes forward. We'll use the kick to push the shoulders apart to stretch even more. It's okay if you fall out. Falling is a part of yoga. I may have jinxed that myself. So eventually from the front, two shoulders are going to line up. Your knee stays back behind your body and use the foot to kick, and stretch forward and touch the mirror. Good. Come back up. All right, next is going to be triangle pose, which is a great chest opener and shoulder stretch. So we'll start with feet together. Bring arms over your head. You'll step to your right, 5 feet distance. Big, big step. So in this posture, arms down. In this posture, ankles are going to be just as wide as the wrist. Hips forward, arms back to keep that openness of the body. Lift the chest up. Turn the right foot out all the way so it's parallel to side walls. You bend your knee and sit. Keep pressing hips forward as you sit down, and you're going to feel it in the hip joint. It's good. Eventually, thigh bone is parallel to the floor with spine straight, arms parallel. So flip palm to the side, turn chin, touch your shoulder, other way. With shoulder chin connection, you just move whole body at the same time. So elbow is right at the knee. Fingertips aim to touch between your toes, but they don't actually touch the toes, and that's okay. You keep stretching shoulders apart, so you actually push the shoulder blade up out of your body. Bring your ear to the side wall, so you turn the chin to chin touch directly on top of the deltoid. You stretch the arms apart as you press your left foot down, and you keep squeezing your butt. The entire time, pull the stomach in, keep the lower body controlled, so you can start to stretch and open the chest. Keep pushing right shoulder forward as you push left shoulder up. Okay, come back up. And obviously you'll do both sides of these postures. So you'll turn to the left and do the same thing. But it's a really good chest opening, really good hip opening. It's a really good total body stretch. Okay, so we'll go to the floor. Next we're going to do a little puppy pose, good for shoulders. So start in a kneel down position. So yeah, you come in like this. Separate the knees and feet about hip width distance. You bring your hands in front of you. And you'll stretch your hands forward. Keep your chin forward. So chin forward, and you're aiming to press the chest down into the floor. Hips will be stacked over knees, so that just stays there. And you keep stretching hands forward, pushing chest down. So these are really good two examples, different degrees of the body, but still feeling the same stretch. Come back up. Okay. Next we'll do a whole spine strengthening series, which isn't just targeting the neck and shoulders, but the whole spine because it's all connected. So we'll start with Cobra Pose, Bhujangasana. So lay down, guys. Okay. With Cobra Pose, you keep it a tight tail. So squeeze ankle bones together, squeeze toes, and squeeze the glutes. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Hands are right under your shoulders. If you drop the shoulders down, shoulders would touch the tip of the fingers, and keep the elbows squeezing in. We'll take a deep breath and look up and start to peel the spine up until just belly button is touching the floor. And you may not come all the way up yet. That's okay. Come as high as you can. Keep the shoulders pulled down away from your ears. Elbows stretching to the hips. So it feels like you're pulling your chest through your arms. As you lift the chest up, you'll get a really good pinch in the lower spine, a really good squeeze there. And Rob is nodding yes. Come back down. All right, next is a Locust Pose. So you bring your arms straight, palms facing the floor like you're trying to high five the floor, and bring your hands under your body. It's okay if your hands cannot come under the body. What you really want to focus on are the arms straight. You'll get a good stretch from the tips of the fingers all the way into the base of your neck. This is good if you work at a desk. So you'll stretch the chin forward, and we'll do one leg at a time to prepare for both legs. So the first one, you'll relax your left leg, and you'll lift the right leg up. Keep the chin stretching forward, palms pressing down, and keep the right leg straight. Point the toe, contract your thigh, and eventually come all the way up 45-degree angle. Good. Come back down. We'll do the left side the same way with the right leg relaxed, and then we'll do both legs. You'll turn your head down for both legs because most of us aren't ready to stand on our necks. You'll readjust the hands a little bit further down to your knees to get more leverage for the body. And right here, squeeze your legs tight. One tight tail. The tighter they are, the legs are going to feel lighter. So take a deep breath, and you'll lift the legs up. Woo. Keep pushing shoulders down. So in this posture, you'll press the hands down to shift into the upper spine, and you'll keep pressing shoulders down and chest down. That's going to shift the weight to the upper spine to be able to lift the legs up, and eventually you'll come all the way up. But it's okay just to stay there. Keep bringing knees together, point your toes, stretch the toes back as you push the hands down. Good. Come back down. All right. Next is going to be Locust Pose. You'll bring your arms out to the side. It's like a 90-degree angle. Let me move out of your way. Yep. Not 90-degree. It's like a very wide V with the arms. So you keep the same strong legs, because with the strong legs, you're going to target spine to bend. Arms stretch out and apart to stretch the shoulder blades apart. So you take a deep breath, and you lift the whole body up. This is actually a combination of Cobra and Locust Pose. Keep the knees squeezing together and toes stretching back. Good. Stretch the arms wide and hands come up. You'll look up to the ceiling to give the body a place to go. You keep breathing small sips by the nose as you continuously lift this whole posture. You're going to feel it in the back. Good, guys. Come back down. And then we'll do bow pose, which is a whole spine bending. So you bend your knees and grab your feet from the outside. And for those of you with bad knees, you may not be able to grab both feet at the same time. So if you can't grab both knees, you're going to do one leg at a time. So you're going to release this leg, that leg, and bring the other arm in front. So as you kick into the posture, you'll press your hand down. So in this posture, it's important to keep shoulders, knees, and feet in straight lines. Doesn't matter how high you go. You'll actually squeeze in our thighs a little bit to keep the knees in place. So take a deep breath and kick. Yep, start lifting chest up, Mike. And look up. Yeah. So you'll see in Rob, shoulders, knees, and feet are in, and they go up. And you kick into the hands, kick up to the ceiling. It feels like squeezing your butt to keep lifting chest up. And you bend your spine to create a compression there. Good. Come back down. And if you're doing one leg at a time, then you do the other leg just to keep equal compression of your spine. And if you keep doing it, you're eventually going to be able to grab both feet. And we're going to come up and we're going to do Camel Posture. So you stand with knees and feet hip width distance. You have a wide base underneath you. Bring the hands to the lower spine. The fingertips fading down and the thumbs in. Eventually you're going to bring the hands higher, as high as you can, up the spine, and you'll pull the wrists together. You'll take a deep breath, lift, and let the head drop back. Some people will go further than others. It's okay to be here. Just looking up to the ceiling, you're starting to backward bend, starting to retrain the whole nervous system. Eventually you'll look further back. And if you can see about halfway down the wall, you're going to bring your hands down one at a time to grab your heels. So grab the heels, the part you walk on. And you keep pressing hips forward. If your hips have to drop back for you to grab your heels, you're putting a lot of strain on your knees, and you don't want to do that. Keep pressing the hips forward to get the stretch through the front side of your body. It's okay not to grab the heel. As you come out of the posture, you're going to bring your hands to your hips first. Okay? And then you're going to stack your spine one vertebra at a time, head up last. Okay? And let's count. And then we'll finish the sequence with a spine twist. Spine twist, really good way to reset the whole body. So you'll sit on the floor and bring your right leg in front of you. Bring your heel to your hip. And bring your left foot over the right knee. And glue your left foot flat to the floor. You'll reach your right arm up. Bring it over your knee. Push your knee back. And either grab your knee, or if you can have something in front of you to grab, like if you're sitting on a mat, that'd be great too. You take an inhale, lift chest, and reach your left arm out and behind you. Eventually you'll grab your inner thigh. You bring chin over shoulder and look behind you. Keep pressing your left hip bone down to the floor and keep lifting breastbone up, shoulders back. So spine is straight, you have that straight axis, twist along. Use your elbows to actually push, and you rotate ribcage over your hips and create a twist. Good. Then you'll reverse your legs to do the other side. You need both. And that is the sequence for the neck and shoulders.
I hope you enjoyed the yoga series targeting our necks and backs. It's great for prehab, it's great for rehab, so give it a shot. And a special thanks to Kate and Yoga Factory here in Pittsburgh for leading us through the movements. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you're getting all of our videos. And we'll see you next Wednesday on another episode of the Rodu video series.